Hi everyone, I am getting into the fall spirit and the Halloween spirit. So I bought a whole bunch of Halloween stencils. I don't know how well you'll be able to see them, but you can see them a little bit better on that top down view. So what I wanted to do, they're all about 6 inches. So I have a handful of 6-inch wood circles. And what I'm going to do is do a variety of dip techniques and then stencil my pumpkin and happy Halloween designs on each of these. So I have 4 that I'm going to be working on today, and then I have a variety of these stencils. So I will be doing more in the future. And then I have just some other really cute pumpkin stencils that I'm going to work on. So I'll have a variety of things over the next month and into November a little bit. But for my paint colors, I have an orange, metallic orange, vermilion, and yellow. And I'm just going to dip my wood circles in each of these. And these are mixed with Sargent Art Gloss Medium and water. So I just have a really nice consistency for my paints. This one turned out a little lumpy, but since I'm dipping, I'm not too worried about it because I can get those lumps out if they show up in my piece. But we will just do so I'm just going to take my color and mark it a little bit so that I know where to stay in my area for pouring my paint down. And I am just going to do a variety of colors. I'm going to get a lot of that metallic orange in there. I think that'll look nice. Some of this lighter orange, and then just a little bit of the yellow. I just wanted something a little different, but I don't want too much of that yellow in there. And I always put quite a bit of paint down, so I can dip these multiple times. I can use that same puddle of paint that I have, and I'm just going to try and make sure that I get my edges covered, and then we just pull right off. Oh, that's really nice. I think that metallic is going to dry really, really well. You can see it there. I got a lot of that in there. And then just a little bit more yellow in there. So as you do this, you can add just a small amount of paint throughout to try and add just a little bit of a different design in each of them. Obviously, because it's so fluid, you won't get the same design over every single one. So I got a little bit more yellow in that one. That one looks nice. Let's set this aside. Over there, and I'm going to dip my next one. I'm just going to take one of my wood stir sticks and just scooch my paint in a little bit, and maybe add just a tiny bit more. I want to get more of this light orange in here. There we go. That'll be nice. And then my last one, and I'll let these dry, and then we will come back and stencil. I think I'm going to stick with white and black paint for my stencils this time, especially with the pumpkin faces that I have. I think those will look really cute. Oh, I missed a little bit of wood there. There we go. So these will all turn out really nicely. But I like the variety of color that I have in those. I think just a little bit of that yellow look nice, but that vermilion and those oranges will look really good. I may do a set of coasters. I still have a lot of paint down, or I may let this dry, and some of these nice areas where the paint is blending together, that's what I like to use for jewelry or bookmarks, so I'll save this once it's all dry, and it'll dry and peel off of my freezer paper that I'm using. All right, so my dipped pieces have been drying for about a day and a half. And as you can see, they have that really nice shine to them from that metallic color that I have in there. I'm really liking the way that they turned out. I like just having a little bit of that yellow in some of these along with that orange and vermilion. And then I have 4 different stencils. I have one that is a pumpkin that says Happy Halloween. I have another one that includes some bats and some little gravestones, and it also says Happy Halloween. And then I have 2 of these pumpkin faces that I want to use. So I think what I'm going to do is this one, definitely, this one reminds me of like A Nightmare Before Christmas. So I think the 2 at the top I'm going to do in black, and then the 2 in the bottom I'm going to do in white. I have a little bit of tape that I'm going to use just to tape down my stencils to my circles so that they don't move while I'm stenciling them. And I'm going to try and line them up evenly. I can get some of my hair out of the way. And let's see, that looks good. I know for this one, I won't be able to get all of the bats and all of the gravestones in the picture, but I can get most of them. This one looks pretty good. Let's tape it. Just get my tape there. There, that looks good. So that one's all taped down, and then we'll just tape these other ones, and then I'll get to stenciling. All right, so I'm going to set aside my 2 that I think I'm going to do in white, and I'll move these here. And I think I'm going to do both of these in black. So I just have, oop, almost dropped that. I just have some ivory black. I don't have anything thicker than this, so hopefully this works out, but it's a pretty thick black paint. So it's very nice and very thick. So this should work just fine. But we just gonna work on one at a time. I'm gonna do this one first. And just gently, I'm gonna take a little bit of my paint off. I had quite a bit. There we go. And we'll just start going over this. And then I do like to scrape off some of the excess paint so that there's not too much on there, but I got good coverage over my entire stencil. And these are reusable stencils. It's literally just a little bit of soap and water, and it gets all of that paint right off. All right, now while this is still wet, I'm just going to peel this stencil off. And look at that. That one turned out so well. So that one is all stenciled. That one looks really nice. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, so now we're gonna do this one in black. And I'm just gonna set my stencils aside and I will go wash those off. This one is going to be a lot easier. Doesn't have a lot of small parts in it. All right. So again, I just gently peel it off while the paint is still wet. I don't ever let my stencils dry on my piece because I don't know if they would peel off my stencil design. That one's fun. Try not to get my slightly paint covered fingers on it. That one is really fun. All right, so I'm gonna set these aside to dry, and I'm gonna move on to my white ones. And I'm just gonna go grab a different palette knife, and I will rinse that one off. All right, so for my other two, I'm just going to do the same technique. I just grabbed another silicone spatula, dropping everything today. And I have the thickest white paint that I could find. It's just I've started buying paint in half gallons because I use up so much white and black. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of this onto my table. And just go ahead and use this. Get my palette knife right in that. It's a little bit thinner than what I would like, but this is what the thickest that I could find. So now I'm just going to do the same. Just gently go over my stencil, and hopefully this thinner paint doesn't smudge underneath it. All right, and very carefully I'm going to try and get this stencil off. Now that one smudged a little bit, so this white paint won't work very well. So what I might do, you can kind of see the Happy Halloween, but you kind of can't. So unfortunately that white won't work, but at least I tested it out. So as you can see, if your paint is thinner on the thinner side, you could always get a brush that's specifically for stenciling and see if that would work better. My palette knife with the thinner paint did not work out really well. So with my last one, instead of doing white, I'm gonna go back to the black, and I may try this stencil again on a different one with thicker paint. So cute idea, but didn't really work out with that one. All right, so this one, we'll go back to the black. That nice, really thick paint works well. I may get some tools specifically for stenciling so that I can try different types of paint in the future and hopefully not have that problem. All right, let's check this one out. Yeah. So yes, that paint works very well. Got that one. A little bit of shimmer there. Loving how those turned out. So 3 out of the 4 turned out well. So hopefully with my next ones, they'll turn out better. Like I said, I'll try that stencil again and see if I can get a better outcome. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really in the Halloween spirit, and I also have some other fall stencils. So I'll try and throw a couple into my rotation in the next month to month and a half. I'll probably do more Halloween ones in October and then go with some fall stencils in November. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. I hope you guys liked this video. I will definitely see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. I do post 3 videos a week. And thank you guys so much for watching today.